Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to give you guys a deeper understanding of the covert narcissist because a lot of people get confused with them. A lot of times they're called vulnerable narcissists. And why is that? Because they're very, very, sensitive to criticism and things like that. But the difference with the covert narcissist, okay, is that a covert narcissist cannot be vulnerable with you. They cannot show their true, authentic self to anyone because they are so deeply insecure. And this is why if you have a relationship with a covert narcissist, you will never be connected to that person because that covert narcissist will never be completely vulnerable with you. They'll never completely open up with you. And why is that? Because that covert narcissist can't trust, okay? So when you're in a relationship with somebody who constantly has a wall up, you are never going to be connected with that person. You may have conversations with them, and I've been through this, where you sit there and you try to talk to them and they look at you, they give you that blank stare, or they give you that fake, oh yeah, okay, or they yes you to death. A lot of times covert narcissists will yes you to death just to shut you up, or sometimes they do it to be sarcastic, to treat you like a jerk, like, yeah, you're right, or okay, or something like that. Everything with a covert narcissist is like sarcasm. They can never, ever be completely vulnerable and say what's on their minds. Okay? They can never say, no, I don't agree with that, or anything like that. And why is that? Because number one, a covert narcissist doesn't want to validate you, okay? This is how inferior, how insecure they are. They won't give you any kudos whatsoever. Anytime that you get any kind of praise from a covert narcissist, it's always calculated. It's for some kind of purpose. If they're praising you, it's most likely they want something out of you. When covert narcissists act nice, they want something out of you, okay? And that's why people see the hot and cold with the covert narcissist, because they can't keep it up. They run cold after a while, and they want you begging for their attention or their affection or validation, okay? They're very cool cucumbers. They don't tell you what they're thinking. You've got to read a covert narcissist by their body language and their actions, not what comes out of their mouths, because they are the type that smile to your face and stab you in the back. Now, people say, why are they so dangerous? They're dangerous because you don't see it coming. They're dangerous because you think everything is okay. And it's really not. That covert narcissist is still holding a grudge, and they hold grudges. They'll pay you back later on. They'll show up late for something. They'll slam doors. They'll put you down in front of other people in an indirect way to make you look bad. They plot to smear you behind your back. Covert narcissists work in trying to destroy you behind your back. And how do they do that? They do that by bringing other people into it, and they try to ruin your reputation, try to discredit your mental state or something like that. But understand, these covert narcissists cannot be vulnerable. They cannot be transparent. You can't have a conversation with them and feel like, you're connected. You can have conversations with them, but you're always going to feel a distance with a covert narcissist. There's always that ominous presence with them because they sit there, they study you with their eyes, they're staring you down, and they're not saying anything. And they do that too to make you feel insecure because you're sitting there and you're waiting for them to validate whatever you say to them, and they're not doing it, okay? They just kind of subtly might shake their head or something, or they look at you like you don't know what you're talking about. And they never want to be quoted as saying something, derogatory, because they don't want somebody to come back and say, oh, they did something, that was vicious or something. They always got to play the victim, okay? Covert narcissists love to play the victim. This is why they do reactive abuse, you guys, because they get more bees with honey. They get sympathy from outsiders by playing the victim, not playing the attacker or the strong one. It's the victim that gets the sympathy from the outside people. And this is what covert narcissists do. But you got to understand something. When you're with a covert narcissist, you will never really ever know what that person is thinking unless you really are coming at them and you really hit a nerve with them. You really cause a narcissistic, wound on them or injury, and, they might snap. And that's when they may come out and say something nasty or something. But it takes a lot to get to that point, because a covert narcissist mindset is, okay, you want to hurt me? Okay, I'll get you back later. Okay? Because they like to come at you where you don't see it coming. And this is why they are so dangerous, you guys. But you have to understand something. When you deal with that covert narcissist, they're going to say one thing and they're going to do another. So watch their actions. That will tell you everything about, who this person is, because they make promises that they don't keep. They make promises they're going to go on vacations, or they're going to be there for you, or something like that. And when the chips are down, the covert narcissist gets going. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be burdened. They also put on a big, fake, phony facade in front of other people so that everybody thinks they're the good guy and that they've been nice to you. So that when you say one negative thing about that covert narcissist, everybody's going to jump down your throat and look at you like, oh, how vicious you are, because that covert narcissist is nothing but nice, and look at you attacking them, okay? This is why people come to me all the time and they say, why can't others see the evil in the covert narcissist? Because that covert narcissist has manipulated the other people to see them as being the good guy, okay? They play the good guy and they make you out to be the bad guy to get the sympathy, to play the victim, and to get the support of these other people. This is how they fight you, all right? So, they are the most miserable, awful people you will ever have to deal with, all right? They will always be, you can never trust them because they're always going to gossip and talk behind your back. They're competitive. They're always in competition. The biggest problem with the covert narcissist is that they can't trust. They can't be vulnerable. They can't open themselves up because of that fragile insecurity. So therefore, they're always going to feel, in competition with you. They're going to be jealous. There's always a jealousy with a covert narcissist because these people have fractured souls. They're not complete. They don't feel satisfied with themselves. They may put on a big front and act like, they're confident and everything like that. But deep down, that covert narcissist is extremely, extremely insecure. And if you're doing well for yourself or something like that, they may smile or try to pretend to be happy for you, but it is killing them inside. So when things are going well for you, they're not going to want to be around you because they can't stand to see other people doing well, okay? So that's how you're going to know is that this person, really is not truly happy for you. Covert narcissists are not happy for you when you're doing well. They feel, insecure and the competition is real. So you're never, ever going to be able to have a relationship with these people because, it all stems from their childhood. Maybe they came from a traumatic childhood or they were the golden child or something like that. They didn't feel like they had any control. They're constantly trying to get control by always being on top. They want to be on top, okay? And a lot of times covert narcissists can be very, very snobby, all right? They put on an air that, they're higher than thou and they're better than other people and everything like that. They just can't be genuine. This is the problem with trying to have a relationship with a covert narcissist, because they are not authentic. They are not genuine. And why is this? Because they can't be vulnerable, you guys. They can't be vulnerable to you. But they call them vulnerable narcissists because, they are like the wounded narcissist, the fragile. They're hypersensitive to any criticism that you make on a covert narcissist. You ever criticize or judge a covert narcissist, you are going to crush that covert narcissist. They may not say anything, but they will seek revenge in a subtle, indirect way. That's why you need to stay away from them, because they will try to hurt you. They will try to hurt you in ways that you don't even see coming. So understand this. There is nothing you can do to fix these people. They are who they've been molded to be. And you will never get any transparency out of them. I mean, if you've ever tried to sit down, I used to be like this. I used to have covert narcissists that I used to deal with in my life. I used to have to I used to think, well, if I sit down and I just tell them exactly how I feel and I'm trying to be understanding of their feelings, they'll see my point of view. They're not going to see your fucking point of view. They don't care about your fucking point of view, because they're only worried about their own point of view. So you will not win you're not dealing with somebody who's fair and honest and who, can see it from your perspective and who will respect your feelings. They don't do that. They're out for themselves. Period. End of fucking story. They are out for themselves. And there is no negotiation when it comes to a covert narcissist. You have to just accept them for who they are and distance yourself. And if you have to deal with them like you're co-parenting or something like that, it's got to be businesslike, by text. You got to stick to the facts and not be swayed by these people. They will try to ignore your texts. They will ignore what you say or something like that. You just cover your ass and do what you have to do. For instance, if you're co-parenting, you follow the stipulation of what you have to do. And if they're not doing it, you just go to court, you document everything, and you got your facts, and you just go in front of that judge and say, Judge, this is what it is, okay? And you don't give a shit what that covert narcissist has to say, because you've got the truth behind you. You've got the facts behind you, and this is what it is. You can't twist the facts that are in front of you, okay? That's why I tell you guys, document, all right? And I just went to court and I laid it in front of the judge and told him exactly what it was when I was dealing with it. And how have I gotten to this point? I've gotten to this point because I've been through so much. I understand the mindset of that covert narcissist. I understand the mind games that they play. And I'm one step ahead of them. I don't worry about what the covert narcissist says or does. I worry about what I have to do and what is the right thing to do, and to document what I do as being the right thing to do. And that's where you stay on top. And that's where the covert narcissist gets exposed, okay? Because you're not backing down from them. You're sticking to the facts. You're not getting emotional. You're keeping it businesslike, and you're just stating the facts. See, here's the thing, you guys. When you deal with a covert narcissist, you've got to be focused when you're dealing with these people, because they're all about mind games. They're cowards. Listen to me when I tell you, they are straight up cowards. That's why they can't acknowledge the truth. They won't own it, okay? Because they can't deal with shame. They think of themselves, they hate themselves deep down inside, because they don't have the confidence that you have, and it kills them. They wish that they could, face you head on, but they can't, because they're a coward. Understand that. You're dealing with a coward. That's why they play these games. That's why they give you the silent treatment. That's why they stonewall you when you're hitting them with those facts. They can't stand it. They can't stand to have their back up against the wall, because you got them. When they do that and they run cold on you, or they run silent on you, or they walk out when you're making a point, you got them and they can't handle it. So they're going to deflect and just give you the silent treatment or something like that, all right? When they decide they want to give you the silent treatment, you let them go silent. But when they decide they want to come back, don't make yourself so accessible, okay? Otherwise, they'll pull this crap every time, all right? You let them know. You ever do that again, you and I will never have a conversation again. And you've got to mean it, you guys. You got to stand behind those boundaries or they will walk all over you. Understand this. Covert narcissists know who they can play with and who they can't. Okay? They test you by how much you go begging them, how much you text them, how much you call them, how much you're dying to work things out with them, that they're so important that you have to work things out with them. Stop it, okay? Never beg anybody, and especially a covert narcissist. If they can't acknowledge your feelings, then goodbye and good fucking luck, all right? You got to be tough about it, or you're going to be walked on by these people, all right? These covert narcissists are going to try to discredit you. They're going to call you negative. They're going to try to discredit your mental state. They're going to say that, you have memory issues or you didn't see it that way or something like that. You've got to hold strong to those facts. You got to know what you're fucking talking about so that when that covert narcissist tries any of this kind of mind games, this gaslighting, to this word salad to confuse you, you say, no, this is not what it was. And you disengage and you let them know, you know what? I'm not going to listen to any more of this nonsense. You disengage with somebody who is talking bullshit, okay? Gaslighting and talking bullshit. You don't entertain the narcissist or the covert narcissist when they try to gaslight you and confuse you. You disengage from them, and that's your way of letting them know, no, till you're able to own the facts, there is nothing else to talk about. And you disengage from that covert narcissist and you live your life, and never, ever be dependent on a covert narcissist, because they will have you will be on an emotional roller coaster with them, always begging for their attention or something like that. Always have your own thing, always have your own life, never be dependent on them whatsoever. And, if they want to play their games, let them play those games by themselves, okay? Not that you're going to entertain it, because you are focused. You know what's the truth. You know what the facts are. And just because this covert narcissist can't be transparent or take accountability because they have an insecure ego and don't want to face shame, that's not your fucking problem. That's their problem. You don't engage with people like that. You disengage from it. Okay? So you get what I'm trying to say, you guys. You're never going to win with these covert narcissists. There's always a wall up with them. You're never going to connect with their soul, all right? Because they don't trust you. They don't trust anybody. So if they can't trust you or anything like that, you are never going to connect with them. You are never going to resolve conflict with them. And the only way you deal with them is to fly the flag and say, I'm dealing with a toxic person. I'm dealing with a covert narcissist that can't sit down and resolve conflict. I need to step back from this, okay? This is why they're so different, and why, they're a nightmare to deal with, because they're not transparent and be able to talk about the facts and be able to compromise and work things out with you. All right? I hope that helps. If it does, hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast, you guys. I'm losing my voice. Have a great day. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website, where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio, where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio, and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP 123, and also on Instagram, The Game EXP 123. Okay? And have a great day.